Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast. It is Wednesday, everybody.
Girl.
I just about got caught by our boss in the hall without my mask.
I saw you, and I quickly dipped back in the studio without mine on.
Okay. Well, I was coming down the hall, and I saw the boss who's got her mask on. And I'm like, oh, crap. And luckily, another employee asked her something, and I think they dropped something. She bent over to pick it up, and I was able to dart. You know, there's that one door that takes you out into the hall.
Yes.
Because I couldn't, it was like, oh, and so I went out there, and I got through. I was able to get my mask and put it on. Because, what I try to do is after the show, I just got to run back to our office real quick to drop some stuff off before I come back in here. And so I don't want to put the mask on. Hey, I'm like everybody. I mean, who likes wearing a mask? Is there anybody out there that's going, I love wearing my mask everywhere. It's great. I don't. And so, so I tried to, get down there and back without having to put my mask on. But, yeah, that's when you stumble into the boss and you're like, uh-oh.
Well,
and they just sent an email out, too, yesterday saying, okay, everybody, make sure you're wearing your mask.
Yeah.
I ran into the business manager, the guy that basically, signs all of our checks.
Uh-huh.
He was getting a coffee yesterday, but it was, early. It was, 8 o'clock, and usually none of those guys are here yet at 8. So I ran back there, and I was getting water, and I didn't have my mask on. I ran right smack into him.
don't worry. JMZ has got Virginia caught without a mask on, walking around, breaking the rules.
Busted.
It may or may not be released to the public. Depends on her attitude.
Yeah.
Release it. I don't give a F.
Oh, yeah. No, we might you might have to hashtag cancel Virginia.
Remember who the bitch is that drove you home yesterday.
Hashtag cancel Virginia.
For our Karen's Gone Wild segment tomorrow, we got so many clips already. There's just not even enough. A lot of it has to do with masks and, all this kind of stuff. It'd be making people crazy.
My kids can't hear it because they're listening to Kids Bop.
Yes, that's one of my favorite clips. Yeah, and I guess we kind of found out now why they were saying initially not to get masks or wear masks. Old Dr. Fauci confirmed that it was out of fear that people would hoard them when hospitals were having such major shortages.
Why? I mean, people didn't hoard toilet paper.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, still, if you try to get toilet paper,
Still can't.
Yeah, it's a crapshoot, pun intended. I'm not kidding you. You go down there, there are if you wait past noon, there's a good chance you do not find toilet paper. You'll never find the cool little wipey things that you use on the counter now. They're gone always.
Yeah, Clorox wipes. Good luck with that.
Gosh, so we're 4 months into it and still, huh?
Kevin, I can't believe it. Toilet paper is still gone.
Yeah, I did a Publix run yesterday, right around 5:30 and the only toilet paper they had was if you bought a huge case of that Scratchy Butt brand, whatever the commercial grade.
That's actually a good name for a toilet paper, Scratchy Butt.
Scratchy Butt. When you don't care if you cut open your ass.
Well, you at least know what you're getting into. If you call it Scratchy Butt, I'm like, all right, my ass is gonna be scratchy.
But they only sell Scratchy Butt in bulk at the Publix where I go in Tequesta. So you had to buy a case of Scratchy Butt, and it's $15.
Damn. Bulk. Pain in bulk.
Pain in bulk.
That's the only way pain comes.
You're right.
Pain only comes in bulk.
I bought Kleenex instead. I figure, well, if I have to start wiping with that, it's going to be a more pleasant experience than Scratchy Butt.
Kleenex? I don't know. I'm not sure I'm down with that either. Like, give me the chills. I don't like thinking about you and Kleenex or your butthole.
Sounds like you really went deep in your thoughts there.
Too deep.
Did you just go deep in my butthole?
I just did,
did.
and I want out.
By all means, I want you
Good
out.
luck. Once a man enters, he never leaves.
Yeah, it's like
a graveyard in
It's
there.
like Wonka's factory.
Yeah, graveyard of men. It's a Hotel California.
Enter only.
Yeah. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Once you enter. That's tough. Yeah, so, a lot of myths going on around this whole coronavirus that people are just trying to figure out what is fact, what's fiction, what's going on. It's still confusing every day that we have more stories about it. Saw this on Vengage.com. These are other myths that you hear all the time that a lot of people still believe. And this is one that I was kind of like mental checked on over the weekend because, we're swimming every Saturday and Sunday morning now. The family goes out. We try to get some exercise. I think a big part of it is because my father-in-law had knee replacement surgery in the last year, and it's good for him to get in there and kind of get it going. So we're like, all right, it's not hurting me, so let's do it. But he's big on like, okay, we got to, not eat. And sometimes the family's screwing around, and I'm like, I want to eat. And so last Saturday or Sunday when we went out, I had some breakfast, and he's like, you can't do that. He's like, you can't eat and then go swimming. I'm like, I don't know about that. I think you can. I think that's a myth.
That's some bullshit. That is old-timey thinking. It's not true.
They used to say you would cramp up. Maybe they were just trying to prevent you from shitting in the pool.
They're talking about them kind of cramps?
Maybe if okay, follow me. If you ate something funky and then you got in the pool and you had some wet farts, then that's bad for the pool, right?
Oh my gosh. I've been in a pool before where an old woman pooped herself, and it's awful.
What were you doing swimming with this old woman?
Little kid. We had this house, these friends in Lake Park, and we never had a pool, and they always bragged about this pool. Oh, we always have people over. We
Call it the Brown Lagoon.
We got to this pool, and
It's literally Schitt's Creek.
it was some broke down shit, man. It was not a cool pool. The bottom was
The
broke.
old lady pooed in a pool?
The old lady was in there. I remember it too because she had an all black bathing suit, a one-piece bathing
That's
suit.
probably a good color for her.
And she had an accident, and there was shit in the pool. And that was a Pennington story. We talked about that it seemed like every Christmas after
That's
that.
tough.
We talked about the shit story on Christmas.
We usually did.
They replaced the story of the nativity with
Baby Jesus, your back burner.
Oh, what was her name? We would bring her name up too. Yeah, man, it was rough.
yeah.
I've never seen
Nothing
people.
says the holidays like
Old ladies defecating in your swim party.
It is funny how that story always got brought up during Christmas time.
That's a great story.
Maybe because we're all together.
odd Pennington family tradition.
Yeah, memories.
Yeah, so that was the whole thing about you should not swim for 30 minutes after you eat, and I think I did 20, and I didn't even notice. It was fine.
it's
I said,
lies.
yeah, maybe if you pig out, but I think that's a myth, right?
Yes.
I think so too.
The 10% of our brain, that's a myth, right? I think we use the entire part of our brain.
I feel like we just don't know everything about our brain. I feel like there's things that we can tap into. I always go back to those savants that get hit in the head that's never been able to play the piano or sculpt. And after they get hit, they're able to do these unbelievable, sculptings, or they're able to play the piano. I just think that there's part of the brain we haven't tapped into.
I think what they're finding is we do use all of our brain, but it's sometimes connecting neurons. It's about connections in the brain. That's what it is.
I just feel like we haven't. Maybe we do use all of the brain, but maybe we haven't used it in the correct way.
Maybe some brains aren't as good as others.
I feel like it's a dig towards me. I feel like it's a dig.
It could be yeah.
I feel like she's talking
It could
shit.
be the brain you have, the model. You're
I'm
right.
talking-
It's like cars. Not all cars are created alike.
I'm talking old lady shit in a pool.
Yeah, speaking of old lady, you got a lot of balls, old lady, with that fucking cloak you're wearing.
I love a one-piece black bathing suit.
All you're missing is about 9 cats on your lap.
I'm allergic.
Yeah, my show Billions that I watched, the mid-season finale that they had, part of the plot line was somebody had one of those pills and they said, this is the real Limitless, that thing where you take the pill and all of a sudden, you remember that movie?
The clarity.
And then the guy, his whole life, he goes on and he's able to, connect all these things and speaking languages and making decisions, and you just are maximizing the potential of your brain. The machine is just running at ultimate efficiency. And so this guy who's really smart already about the stock market, he takes it and his pupils dilate. He has all these numbers start flying at him. He's just like, oh my gosh, I see everything. He's like, we need to get this, we need to do that. And he has everybody in his office take one of these pills, and they all come in. He's like, now he's in 10 minutes, give me ideas that is going to change the face of this company. They come in, there's a line out the door, and this one guy's like, well, we need to invest in this, we need to do this, we need to do that. And he's like, all right, free up $3 billion in capital expenses right now. We got to do this. And meanwhile, one of the partners in the company had been out to lunch, and she comes back and he's like, I need you to get on this pill because I need your mind moving at ultimate efficiency. He said, we are changing the entire game right now and I need you on board. She's like, what are you doing? And he explained, she's like, oh my gosh, you are about to ruin the entire company. And she realized it when one girl was calling the Mexican embassy and she ordered in Mexican and ordered grilled chicken, and thought that she was like selling stocks. And she's like, I could tell from her Spanish that you guys are about to blow. She's like, you almost lost $3 billion. And apparently it just made him loopy and he thought he was great, but he was doing all this like whacked out stuff. But I think there are people that really are trying to crack the market in that and coming up with the Limitless Pill. So they touch a lot on reality. And because they were doing that ayahuasca, whatever, a couple weeks ago that Denny's was talking about, that's where you kind of like, you free your mind. And a lot of these people who are in highly competitive fields are trying to get that advantage. So they're always trying to find what's that next level to give me a different, angle and an advantage.
To open up my mind,
Yeah.
make me better, smarter, faster.
Yeah, and so all this did, it made them loopy, and they thought they were delusional, thinking they were doing the right moves and they were smarter than everybody else.
Wow.
And
Highly
they lost $3 billion.
recommend the movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper.
It's good.
It's
I've
a
seen it, yeah.
fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I'll suggest it to you, Virginia. You'll basically tell me to go fuck myself in so many words, and you won't watch it.
Is it on Netflix?
No, not on Netflix.
I think it is on Netflix.
Is it?
Okay.
I think it might be.
okay.
I thought I saw it because I thought I might. I almost watched it the other day, and I thought it was on Netflix.
It's one of those ones, I love those kind of movies. They fly under the radar, and maybe for whatever reason you didn't watch it when it first came out. I remember John Wick was like that for me. It had been out maybe 2 years, and I knew of it, but I was like, okay, it's probably just another run-of-the-mill. And then I watched it, and it became like one of my favorite movies ever. I'm just like, what a great movie that was.
Another movie that was like that for me was Collateral with Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise. That's a good movie. Tom
Okay.
Cruise plays a bad guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Jamie
yeah.
Foxx is the cab driver.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good
That
movie.
is a good movie.
You see that one, V?
Nope.
Put that on the list of things you'll never watch.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. It might be. It actually might.
They do have a Limitless on Netflix. It says this documentary follows 8 women in India who struggle with self-confidence.
I don't think that's the same one.
Oh, it's not?
Still sounds interesting. I'm going to check it
I
out.
would watch that.
Okay. They do have something called Limitless. It looks like it is a TV show from 2016.
Yeah, there was a show.
There was
Yeah.
a show, I think, based on the movie.
Yeah, I don't see the movie on there, though.
Bradley Hooper was the actor on that one.
Bradley Pooper. Yeah. Another myth. Is it myth? Is it not? Flies live for only 24 hours.
Not in my
Yeah,
house.
no shit.
No, that's not true because we had a Tequesta fly invasion. I don't know what happened. I had them. My neighbors had them. Every time you open the door, all these flies would come in. And these are like neighbors that are like 8 blocks away.
There's different species of flies. There's all kind of different flies out there. They're all different.
They were still buzzing around my house 3 days later, and I was still trying to kill them 3 days later.
Yeah.
So
Myth.
that shit ain't true.
That's a myth. Flies live longer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. In fact, I believe some species can live for a few years.
Dang.
So, yeah. Don't believe the hype on that. Knuckle cracking will not give you arthritis. It just sounds horrible. I remember that for a while. I crack my knuckles all the time.
Yeah, they say don't crack your knuckles because you'll get arthritis. Don't jerk off too much. You will go blind.
That's true.
Don't look at the TV too close, and don't stare at your food in the microwave. I did them all. I'm all right.
Look at you. You're the picture of put together.
You showed them.
I'm doing great.
Nailing
I'm
it.
in my prime. Step off. I'm in my prime.
And is this a myth or not? Blood is blue. Most think it's red. It's not. In your veins, it is blue.
When I look at it, it looks dark purple or red.
It only looks that color when it becomes like oxygenated or whatever. Like I think when it's in you, it's blue, but then when it hits the air, it turns red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's so
Right?
funny.
Look at your veins. I'm almost as white as Kevin. Kevin is white, but I'm pretty white too, and it looks blue in there. The veins look blue.
Yeah, varicose vein. I've got them.
Here, let me show you one on my inside thigh and really scare you.
Really?
No.
Oh. You don't have varicose veins.
No, but I do have little tiny spider veins, from like running or just, if you put on a little bit of weight, you can get them too.
Oh, I have so many weird things on my body just from going up and down the scale.
You can get little injections where they clear those up, and I've got a few of those, but they hurt.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is that a sign of aging, or is that just a sign of just some people get it? You
Spider
can get
veins are absolutely a sign of aging and pressure, too. I think I noticed them really after I was running. I would notice that I got them.
Oh, not the pressure from the dirt of the day? Not that kind of pressure.
The pressure for excellence? No.
Somebody texted in and said, another myth is the breaking the seal. When you're drinking, it does not make you go more often.
That's the only time I can't enjoy drinking is if I have to pee and I can't get to a bathroom. That's the worst, man. You can't even concentrate. I know I'm mansplaining what it feels like to have to pee for some reason.
What is this sensation?
You're mansplaining. I gotta go.
Bird, shut the fuck up.
Other myths, Mac computers do get viruses.
They do. Because I've had a PC and a Mac, and I do feel like it's harder to get them on a Mac, but you can get them.
Okay.
But I do think it's harder.
And another one, a gun silencer does not silence a gun completely. It's still loud.
If you hear those gun silencers, it does kind of make still like a thuh.
Okay. Just
Is
not
that just
as
on
bad.
TV and the movies? Like, what does it sound like in real life?
I mean, I'm the real life cable guy. I only know things from TVs and movies.
Yeah, on the movies they just go "Doo," like that. It's just a
thud.
I feel like we have I don't have any perception of what a real gun silencer sounds like.
But silencers are not completely silent. Don't think you go shoot somebody and you're just going to hear nothing. There's going to be a little bit of a "Doo."
I'm shocked because I believe all the movies and TV.
It does silence it from a certain point of view.
It's a weird silencer though.
Doo.
You know what it is?
Yeah. Imagine hearing a gun like that. Put him up.
It sounds like you just got dry gulched.
It does sound like a dry gulching. It does.
Jaybird found this interesting thread that they had on Reddit. It was a question somebody asked: has your straight friend ever shown you his penis? If so, why?
Has your straight friend ever? So, like, two dudes we're talking about?
Yeah, so I read the article and I go, yes, I can relate to this story. I played baseball with this dude, and it kind of reminds me of your boy's movie, Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider did a movie, I forget the name of it, where
Show me your penis.
The detective was always asking Rob Schneider, "Hey, look, is there something wrong with my dick?" He always thought he had an STD or there was something wrong with his penis. And I played baseball with the guy back in college. He would always show people his penis. Go, "Hey, is this normal? Does this look right? Is there something wrong with my dick? Is this an STD?" He always had issues with his dick and would always show people, asking them if there was something wrong with it.
Now, was it impressive, or was there really something wrong with it?
I mean,
and shouldn't you just go show it to your doctor? I mean, because wouldn't that be the response you would want to get an opinion from?
I don't think he wanted to go to the doctor for some reason. But yeah, he was always talking about things with his dick. And when I say always, I would say 3 times a semester. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's 1 per month, probably.
Okay.
It's a lot of dick that you weren't expecting to see.
There's a lot of dick I didn't want to see.
Yeah, I'm going to see a lot of dick at college. This is going to be great.
Very.
I went off to college looking for pussy. All I saw was a bunch of dick.
I'm riding the bench and all I'm looking at is dick.
It's not how you visioned it working out.
The guy was a very talented infielder, though.
Hey,
Very good.
Okay.
Very good shortstop.
Yeah, well then, hey, I don't know about your penis, but your fielding's great.
Well, people are like, man, why is that guy always talking about his dick? Why is he always showing his dick off?
That is interesting. Do you think you maybe see that more in locker room type situations and in sports?
Probably.
I mean, probably like your math team is not like.
Hey, dude, look at my dick. Is there something wrong with it?
The math team.
I mean, look at the radius of this thing.
Yeah, you're right. I would say I probably saw more dick in baseball than I ever did in. Yeah, I mean, the only penis I'm seeing these days are my own.
Well, none of us were ever invited to be on any kind of math team, so we wouldn't know. But
No.
we were not invited to be on any kind of scholastic team.
No, I never was.
We're stupid. That's why we're on the radio.
Yeah, you want stupid people to keep talking to the public. You want
Here's
them to
what
be.
they think.
You want them to be the mouthpiece.
I don't know if this sounds right. There's an online study where women said that they have fashion on the brain. According to this online study, probably done by a fashion magazine, women think about fashion 91 times in a given day, more than 4 times the amount of time that men think about sex. Do you think about fashion that much, Virginia? And do you know any of your friends that think about fashion that much?
I think maybe I do because, I mean, fashion is not just about like, I'm noticing other people's. I'm noticing mine. I'm thinking about things that I want to do, and it's not just like shoes, clothes, purse, jewelry. Like I think about it a lot.
I think a type of woman thinks about it, and I don't mean that as an insult. I just think there's certain types of women that are really into fashion, and then some women don't think about it at all.
I think about the choice I've made, and then I look and see around like the office, and I'm like, oh, she looks way better than me. She's
Really?
got it together, and I like the way this looks with that, and I do a lot.
How many times do you think about sex?
Not much.
Do you ever just daydream and think about dong?
Not much.
Oh, look who I'm looking at.
Not thinking about it
Whatever.
now.
There's people.
That thing is dry.
There's women that would cut off their pinky to have one night with the Kevin Ralston. You shitting me?
I guess I've just known him too long.
Yeah, I hear you.
They'd love a
I've
Rob.
known me too long, too.
They'd love a little.
Oh, I know. Look, I get lots of most of my DMs are about Jason, but I do get some DMs about Kevin too.
Oh,
Okay,
I get the regular comment. Kevin Ralston looking like a tasty snack.
Yeah.
I get that comment a lot.
There's shady girls that don't care that you're married, and they don't care to keep it a secret
Well,
that they want to bone you.
I just want to just go ahead. I'm just only defending me and Kevin because you said that you're not. You're dry, so I want to say there's a lot
like a desert down there.
Sahara.
I'm just hoping you'll throw some water on it.
That's all it takes.
I can't sit.
So does that mean me and Kevin have to wear a mask tomorrow to get it going for you?
No.
What would you say is the number one thing you think of in a day? If you had to add up all your thoughts.
Right now, probably Corona.
Okay.
And just fear of and protection and how am I going to keep myself and the kids safe?
Okay.
Because these kids, they want to go back to normal.
What's your number one thing you think about daily? Bird?
I think for me, it would be food. I love
Okay.
food. Work, probably. And then food, work. If I'm horny, I'm probably thinking about sex. Porking.
No.
We'll throw that in the top 5. Sex is in the top 5 for sure.
Okay.
Is sex in the top 5 for you?
No, I don't think so. I'd have to. I don't. I've been going past 3 now.
And it can be-
sports. I think about sports more than I think about sex.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not thinking about sports right now.
There's no sports right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there's
and
no sex either, Bird.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I got nothing left.
FML on the Bird life.
It's tough.
I don't want to have sex right now. Sex complicated. You got to be ready for sex, Virginia.
You ain't going for it this weekend?
No, I'm not.
No.
You never say no. Never live in absolutes. But
Yeah, I
no.
mean, what if you have this date from the coin flip and
I don't
it
even,
just
I don't even
it
know
just-
what I'm doing with that.
it's going right?
I mean, you better start thinking about it. It's about to be Thursday's show.
A
And
lot of people were texting and putting up comments about
A
how
lot
they'd like
of
to Netflix
people.
and chill with you.
I get several DMs
Yeah,
about it.
I don't know if I want to go out either. I mean, every day the COVID's
So you're going to
going.
invite a girl to your crib? It's got to be a girl from your past, then. It can't
doesn't.
be. You can't invite a new girl to the crib on the first date, can you?
You can do whatever you want in this world. Everybody's an independent thinker, and there's nothing horrible that's going to go down.
You're free to do what you want any old time.
That should be a song.
It is.
Maybe me and Suits will go on a double date.
Oh, yeah?
Maybe.
Dang.
He can't, though. He's a little too dehydrated.
I don't think Suits is there
He better
yet.
get his fluids
Why
up.
don't you stop fucking getting on Suits' shit? You're bringing him in here to tell he's got crusty lips earlier today.
I just said he was dehydrated. I noticed the same thing on my children, and I make them drink, and I look at him as one of my little children.
Poor guy.
If you had dehydrated lips, I would tell you.
No fucking shit. If I had a pimple on my face, you would make sure that we're broadcasting to everybody. Hey, everybody, Jaybird's got a pimple. I know your act.
That's not true.
Bull junk. I gotta stop swearing so much. Bull junk. Facebook's not ready for this swearing. YouTube's ready for this shit. Facebook's not.
You just cursed again.
They'll get used to it.
Well, you change your tune really quick there. Yeah.
That was fast.
It was
Yeah.
fast.
I think Jaybird is thinking about pursuing this skill of building a fire with sticks. He's been watching that show Alone.
It is so fascinating. Don't you think that's a sexy trait? If all of a sudden a guy can make a fire with some sticks?
It is.
How long?
It's impressive.
Well, my question is, how long will that? Because it looks so cool how they do it on the show, but they've been skilled. How long will it take for me to legit learn how to start a fire with sticks? And you have to have the right kind of wood, and there's all kinds of things you have to do to make sure it's right.
It's got to be dry.
It's got to be dry, much like you
Yeah.
and Suits.
If you could rub my
Yes.
two lips together, would
got
you start a fire?
Your lips or Suits?
Who's drier?
I know. He's got drier lips.
All right, we're going to put up a poll on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
We're going to have a picture of each.
Yeah. Figure out
me-
which is which.
Everybody can vote.
I can't put up a pizza crotch picture, but boy, they'll let a vagina stay on Facebook for 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Can you believe that shit?
No, I don't believe it.
It's true.
Okay.
It's a true statement.
He's mad. He got flagged. I think they look at our stuff quicker.
I got flagged, and then the one girl who left the vagina up, she had it up there for 4 days.
Yeah.
They didn't say nothing. Still
America.
posting.
America.
Yeah. I cover my dong with some pizza. Oh shit, Zuckerberg's all pissed.
Well, the thing that I'm wondering is I would think that for nudity, I mean, because they don't have enough people to patrol that stuff, so they have, recognition software that can, figure stuff out. And so it'll flag it for you. And so,
Clit spotter.
yeah. So I guess, yeah. that's
I know
probably
a guy.
In
probably the
layman's
technical
terms.
term for it.
If they're looking for a guy.
So if they do have that, which I suspect they do, and someone has posted a photo of that and it stays up there, does that mean it's so banged up that their clit recognition system can't identify that it's actually a coochie?
How many times has it been stepped on?
The CRS, the click recognition.
So I'm wondering, would you be depressed if Facebook doesn't take it down right away because maybe their software can't identify?
It thinks it's a
that-
sandwich?
Yes, they're like going, it's all right, don't worry, it's from Jimmy John's.
That's not a clit.
It's just
It's a disaster.
just advertising the roast beef sandwich.
It's a week-old sandwich.
We don't take down Jimmy John's ads. It's fine. You let it run. I'm just wondering if that's probably what it is. It's maybe more insulting that it was left up so long.
That's why you're in charge. You ask the right question.
I'm just curious. I would like to know, why was it up there that long? What happened? It's very fascinating. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you asked a a Boy Scout about that. I'm sure that's something that they teach in Weeblo class.
Okay, that won't look weird. Hey, anybody got any Boy Scouts? I want to learn how to start a fire. Got any wood, kid?
I'm a single guy in my 40s. Can I hang out with your Boy Scout?
Not married, no kids. Want to learn how to start a fire.
Step 1, shirtless massage.
Why do I gotta go to the fucking Boy Scouts? There ain't adults that can teach me this
What
shit.
do you want, a man scout?
Yeah, I'm joining the Man Scouts.
Just to learn how to make fire out of rubbing 2 pieces of sticks together. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited to see this. Hopefully you can get this. I'd love to see you one day.
In a Boy Scout uniform around the campfire.
Real tight, though.
But only with
Real tight.
Weeblos.
Yes, you need to buy your shorts 2 sizes too small.
Don't you think that'd be cool though if I learned how to start a fire like that?
Yeah, it'd be a nice little trick.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
I don't know when you're going to be able to use it because it's not something you typically would do in a bar.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
Not without breaking fire code.
That's what I was wondering.
It's a tough pickup line
The
to try.
fire marshal would have problems
Hey,
with
wanna
that.
See me build a fire with these 2 sticks?
Well, do I waste my time learning this skill? That's what I'm asking. Do I spend time to learn it, or after you learn it, you're like, oh, who gives a
Not sure
shit?
it seems real practical.
Who cares? That's lame.
Of all the things you could learn to impress a chick,
All right.
this may not be at the top.
Let's mark that off the list of shit not to do.
Okay. Well, at least we're figuring things out here. That's the important part about this. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in here today. We're almost through it. A couple days left to the weekend. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Thanks for locking in to the After the Show podcast. We'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.